the situation in the Middle East continues to be tense.
Amid the ongoing bloody clashes in the Gaza Strip and Lebanon, the Israeli authorities have not yet made a final decision on a retaliatory strike against Iran.
Many influential news agencies have also confirmed this fact.
In particular, the Bloomberg news agency, citing its own sources in the Israeli government, stated that Israel, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, has not yet made a final decision on exactly what Tel Aviv's response will be to the massive Iranian missile attack that took place on October 1st. Even though it has been more than 2 weeks since Iran's unprecedented massive missile attack on Israel, the world's media is still showing great interest in this topic. They are still wondering when and how exactly Israel will respond to this audacious Iranian missile attack, which hit dozens of military installations on the territory of the Jewish state. The world expert community also continues to actively discuss the upcoming Israel's retaliation strike against Iran.
Many experts and analysts are confident that Iran's nuclear industry will be the main target of the forthcoming Israeli strikes.
Let me remind you that since the 70s of the last century, Israel has been diligently fighting against all the attempts by Arab countries to build their own nuclear facilities. Iraq became the first state in the Middle East to be attacked by Israel because of the desire of the government of that country to have its own nuclear power plant at its disposal. In June 1981, the Israeli Air Force attacked the Osirak nuclear reactor in central Iraq. As a result of this military operation, Iraq lost its nuclear program forever. Over the following decades, Israel also attacked the nuclear facilities of other Arab states. For example, in 2000, Israel managed to destroy a nuclear facility in the Syrian province of Deir Zor. In addition, Israeli intelligence agencies regularly physically eliminated nuclear scientists, who helped Arab countries in their quest to create their own nuclear program. Since the 80s of the last century, Israel has eliminated dozens of scientists, who worked for the governments of many Arab states. However, unfortunately for Israel, unlike the Arab states, Iran turned out to be a tough nut. Despite Israel's best efforts, Tel Aviv has failed to deprive Iran of its scientific base for the creation of not only nuclear facilities, but also nuclear weapons. The fact is that Iran pays great attention to the security of its nuclear facilities. The entire Iranian nuclear industry is being built with maximum protection. Iran's most important nuclear facilities are even buried deep underground. Against this backdrop, Israel is well aware that with the help of conventional bombing, it will not be possible to deprive Iran of its nuclear industry. Moreover, despite severe Western sanctions and constant Israeli attacks, Iran has also managed to create a powerful missile program. This has allowed Iran to become one of the world leaders in the creation of ballistic missiles and attack drones. Against this backdrop, the Israeli authorities are well aware that Iran is the only country in the Middle East that is capable of wiping Israel off the face of the earth. In this regard, the military and political leadership of Israel has a very strong determination to fight and not give up. According to the Israeli authorities, for the sake of Israel's security, Iran should lose not only its nuclear program, but also its missile program. However, to achieve this goal, Israel needs a brief victorious war with the participation of the United States and its allies. And everything that is happening in the Middle East now indicates that the United States and Israel are indeed carefully planning not only a retaliatory strike, but also a future war with Iran. Against this backdrop, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqchi, officially stated that those countries that help Israel plan a future attack on Iran will become legitimate targets for the Iranian army.
The Iranian foreign minister also commented on the words of US President Joe Biden.
On Friday, while in Germany, Joe Biden said that he knows how and when Israel will attack Iran.
At the same time, the US president refused to go into details.
Thus, the owner of the White House confirmed that Israel has finally made a final decision on a retaliatory strike against Iran. According to the Iranian foreign minister, if the United States and its allies really know how and when Israel will attack Iran, providing Tel Aviv with funds and support for such stupidity, then Tehran will hold all these countries accountable for their actions. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin finally commented on the situation in the Middle East. According to him, Iran is an ally of Russia, while Moscow has very good and trusting relations with Israel. Vladimir Putin stressed that Russia is ready to make every effort to resolve the conflict between Iran and Israel. The fact that Putin called Iran an ally of Russia indicates that Moscow will not allow Tehran to be defeated in the event of an attack by Israel and the United States on Iran.
Moreover, Russia is even ready to support Iran from a military point of view in the event of a war in the Middle East.
In particular, Iranian ambassador to Russia Kazem Jalali officially announced that during the upcoming visit of the Iranian president to Moscow, Vladimir Putin and Masoud Pezeshkian will sign an agreement on a comprehensive strategic partnership between Russia and Iran. Earlier, Vladimir Putin signed a similar agreement with North Korea. Thus, against the backdrop of threats from Israel and the United States to attack Iran, Tehran has received a powerful ally who will come to the rescue in the event of a war in the Middle East. In this regard, particular attention should be paid to the words of Brigadier General of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Ibrahim Rostami. In particular, on October 16, 2024, he officially announced that Iran has weapons more powerful than nuclear bombs.
Our enemies are in a state of shock.
We are using the potential of our country by 100%.
And that's why we have unlimited power, Brigadier General Ibrahim Rostami said.
Commenting on the words of the Iranian general, an authoritative military expert and journalist Murat Karalan expressed confidence that Russia had transferred to Iran an analog of the world's most powerful non-nuclear bomb ODAB 9000, the characteristics of which are still classified. The expert made this statement referring to his own sources in the Russian military department. According to him, Russia has supplied its main ally in the Middle East with this secret bomb to maintain the balance of power in this region of the world. He also expressed confidence that Iran has the necessary means of delivering this powerful bomb. According to him, Russia will never allow Iran's defeat in the Middle East.
In this regard, Moscow is ready to transfer even its secret technologies to Iran, in order to deter Israel and the United States.